Welcome back to another video. It's been a crazy Saturday. Today is May 24th. For those who follow my channel a lot, today we had my son's graduation party, high school. And it's been a busy day. Cooked a 5-pound, what we call a pastelaya, which is like jambalaya, but for people who don't like rice, you use pasta instead. Made 5 pounds of it in a gigantic pot, and I barely have any of it left. Everybody wanted to take it home, and I had to basically hide a bag for me. So that'll be on my other channel. I made a quick video of it, and I'll be editing it later. But on my other channel, Grumpy Dad Outdoors, which also has cooking stuff in it. But during that party, nothing dropped. I don't think the post office knew they had nothing in their hands. For those of y'all who've been following along, I have my deep undercover guy who infiltrated Solana Store in New York on Tuesday night, a whole day before the big Solana and Entropy party that they had Wednesday night. But Tuesday night, he was able to go and grab himself a Ashlar miner from Just Entropy, and he got Grumpy one also. So, not trying to rush everybody out my house, but I told them I had an asbestos leak somewhere and it would be better for them to leave. And now that I got them all kicked out the house now, it's time for an unboxing video. And we're going to set it up. So we go ahead and get through that, and let's get to it. So here it is, the Ashlar Nothing Just Entropy device. Cool basic box. I guess that's what you need for nothing. Tells you it needs input needs to be 5 volts, 5 watts. So I guess your little 1 amp wall warts that you get with some of your cell phone devices and stuff like that probably is not going to work. We'll see what happens. So let's go ahead and get this open. You can also see behind me I got my Weather XM Wi-Fi set up. I think it's the D1 it's called. So I can see what's going on outside. But here we go. So this simply just slides out. Let's see if we can get this open. Must be childproof. And there she is. The Ashlar miner, as some people have called her online. You know, just like me calling it Entropy instead of Entropy. But this is it. This is the Entropy Ashlar miner. No, despite what some people have asked, I am not going to try to take this apart to see what's inside of it. I know what's inside of it. It's a version of this. And some people seem to be bent out of shape with that. I don't care. This is the way they want to do their project now. This is how they're doing their project. It has a ESP32 device of their liking that they chose with their custom firmware on it. And that's what is in here. I don't have an issue with that. Some of y'all just need to get a hobby, I guess. So that's the Ashlar miner. Here is the base. Be where your power cord goes, some fine print FCC and ID stuff. Model name Ashlar, and I guess for North America, maybe is there a different version for overseas? There it is. Very intrigued about this 5 watt though. I mean, that's more than what, definitely more than what the ESP32s are taking with the power cord. And the wall wart, a wall transformer. Nothing else underneath. And what I'm curious to see is what the fine print on this is going to be. And this says it is a output 5 volt 1 amp. So that doesn't really equate to what this says it needs. But either way, what I went purchased was a 10-port USB, because right now, all right, so one thing before I go into this next section, it's been a long day. I realized my math was wrong. 5 volts into 5 watts is 1 amp. I kept reading 5 amps in my head, which is a lot of amperage for 5 volts. I thought that's a lot for ESP32 device. No, it's 5 volts, 5 watts equals 1 amp, or 5 volts and 1 amp equals 5 watts, as what you're going to see here. So on this wall wart, it is actually, when I say, you know, it's off. No, it's not off. This is actually the correct amperage, but I have mine running on this little device here on the USB thing, and it's working great. My 4-port got overran, and I am running a couple of different ESP32 projects also, and the Bitcoin solo miner and stuff like that. So I bought some more of these little short cables like this, and this is a 10-port device that I'm going to end up running. I have 3 Ashlars coming. So the 3rd Ashlar that's coming will get plugged into this. And don't mind those wires that were on the left-hand corner. Again, we cleaned up for this party we're having today. So a lot of my ham cables and stuff came in this office, of course. So this would end up being plugged into here. I don't know if there's a certain way to do it. I didn't see nothing, but basically, I'm thinking something like this. Boom. I'm going to take this. Now, I do have another USB. This is the USB hub that I had before. That's right here, powered USB. It's not hooked up to my computer. It's strictly into this. And right now, the only thing it is powering up is this. So I'm going to use that as power with this. And now what I'm going to do is I want to download the Entropy software, Entropy Ashlar provisioning software. Right now, that's not available in the store. It's currently under testing. You're going to see that. Eventually, you will see that in the iTunes store and the. So you can see that I have this new app called Ashlar Provisioning, and that's what it looks like. Again, right now they got a link on the Discord until it's fully, I guess, tested or whatever you want to call it through the iTunes store and Apple store. But we're going to go to provision device. Now, I still haven't even plugged mine in yet, so I probably need to get mine plugged in. So this can see all kind of stuff on Bluetooth and different things like that, but we need to get ours plugged in first and then get start provisioning. All right, here we go. Wow. I think that was it. So let's see if we can find this thing now. Ashlar 3818. So we're gonna Bluetooth into it. Enter a Solana address or press next. So one thing you have to realize is you have to have a new Solana address for every one of these Ashlars. It cannot even be the same if you have a DIY. So I'm gonna go to Phantom, create a new address, and then paste it on here. All right, so got my Solana address in there. I'm gonna hit next. Connecting. Now I'm gonna pick a Wi-Fi network. So I put my Wi-Fi credentials in. Waiting for it to claim Wi-Fi connection. And it says device has been successfully provisioned. Hitting OK. And that's it. My device should be online now. Look at that. I wish there was a way I can keep this light on. I want the light on all the time. So whoever's watching this from just Entropy, give us an option to keep the light on the whole time. The light can't take that much voltage, amperage, or anything like that. I want the light on the whole time. So when I go to justentropy.lol, I click on the console. I had to import, of course, this Phantom address because I did it on my phone. I had to put it on the Phantom. for my Chrome. Make sure I had that one selected. Then I went to just entropy.lol, clicked on status, confirmed it with the Phantom wallet, and now you can see where my station was online. Got 1,142 ENT already with one report, and it appears that I'm online. So there it is. I have to say, it's pretty simple when you think about it. The only hiccup I had, again, was that the phone app wasn't on the store yet. They put a link in their Discord. So they're telling me it should be very soon. That goes through final approval. You know, Apple's got its checks and balances it wants to do. Same thing with the Google Store. So that's basically it. All right. So one thing I also learned is that to actually get this 100% married, your Entropy Ashlar to your Phantom wallet or your Solana address, whatever wallet you're going to use, you have to do the transaction or the claim of the 1,000 tokens to get this, again, married together. So I want to make sure I have my Phantom wallet already connected. This is the address right here, and I'm going to press claim. This is the same claim if you're already running this project. You should already kind of know how to do this, but it's going to actually confirm. I got to put my password in. And just to show you I'm not perfect, never claimed to be. Since this is a brand new wallet that I created for this, I got to go add a little bit of soul to it. So I got to cancel it, go back and add some soul. So it's right here saying that it's going to take 0.002 Solana out and add those 1,000 entropy to this wallet. I'm pressing confirm and we'll see what happens. So now when I click on that Phantom wallet, I can see my 1,000 entropy here already. So now this should be married together. So if I refresh this, I'm assuming that it's going to tell me that I don't have that entropy in there anymore. Yep, see, my entropy is gone. So, and I've claimed my 1,000. So now this Ashlar is connected. And like I say, if I have one request already for the change log or whatever you want to call it, I want this to be lit up. I want there to be a toggle switch or something somewhere. I want this lit up the whole time. Just like it looks like in the pictures. I want this lit up the entire time. That's why I wanted it on my desk. That's why my second one that should be coming in any day now from the team. I appreciate it, but I want it to light up because I want this on my desk at work. So everybody asks, what the hell is that? And I can say, it's nothing. It's nothing. Then I'm going to put my third one behind me. I don't care if that one lights up or not, but I want this one to light up when I'm playing Call of Duty at night and I can see it going. And again, I want the one at work to light up that I'm going to put at work. So I think that needs to be, I mean, again, it's not going to pull that much. It turns on for like a half a second, not even a full second when you first plug it in, and then when you provision it, and that's it. So it's beautiful. It's sexy. It kind of reminds me of, you know, you hear stories of like some sexy woman with sexy clothes on, and then, you know, sexy lingerie or something. And then when you get her out the sexy lingerie and you see her body, you're like, you look better with the sexy lingerie on. It's kind of like this. It looks sexy with that purple light on and sitting there. I want the purple light on. That's just me. But I don't know. I've been married so many years. You know, that's what I hear. I hear stories and movies like that, you know. But anyway, but it's a cool deal. Very easy to provision. I don't think there's going to be hardly anybody with issues like this. I have a 2.4. What I do at my house is my SSID for my internet. My 2.4 has a separate SSID than the 5 gigahertz one. So it's easy for me to figure out the difference. I have heard some stories where people have the same SSID for their Wi-Fi at home, that for 2.4 and for 5, there's some kind of issue they have every now and then. So that's one thing I would tell you to look out for. But other than that, it was very simple, and it's mining nothing. And I'm, you know, can't wait. Give it 24 hours. I want to see what it is. So by my Monday video, if You'll tune in on Monday for my videos going over all my projects. I'll have some type of report on what this has did so far in 24, 48 hours. So we'll see what that looks like. So this is just a reminder that I do own a lot of Entropy tokens. I have been mining, and I've been, in case y'all are new to this channel, I have been with this project since September of 2024. So we're going on 8 months now. And at some point later, I was given a second cred. I earned a second cred to do, a DIY device with ESP32. And then because I was making videos and doing all the stuff I was doing and passing it on in Twitter next, I got a third one, and I've been mining with these ESP32. So I own a lot of these tokens, and I'm just holding on to them for right now. Also, the news that they're supposed to be restocked. We saw a picture of kind of a box truck or something like that showing 2 pallets. And they seem to be having just a few more coming in. So I don't think y'all need to worry too much about if somebody asked if they really have 10,000. No, they sold 1,000. Look, we warned y'all, and I warned people, they had an initial 1,000 that were being dropped on Helium Deploy, and we had heard and learned that there were 500 that were already reserved using the email system, whatever it was, holding system. I try telling people, if you want this thing, you better get in. And sure enough, you hear people now be like, man, I wish I would have got more. Man, I wish I would have, missed out. People joked around about going hide in the bathroom at work just so they can order there and stuff like that. But this is where it's at. It's at Helium Deploy. There should be some more coming up soon. I really don't expect this is just me. I'm just saying this off the top of my head. I have nothing to base this on. I don't see this taking until June 20th to come in. We'll see. But they're supposedly already have these on hand, and they're shipping from the United States. So people like me who order these in the United States, I would have to think we're going to get these much sooner. That's a month away. You can put this on horseback and make it here by a month from now. So just do me a favor. Y'all know I've been backing Entropy now for 8 months, like I've been saying, pushing y'all towards it. None of this is financial advice ever. We don't know what's going to happen to any project tomorrow or the next day. Don't know. The whole crypto market itself can crash tomorrow. We don't know. But if it doesn't, please use my code right here. It helps out the channel. It helps me out personally. And, keeps me going. And I appreciate it. We did very, very well. I told everybody, thank you. Countless amount of times. Humbled, everything. When I saw the amount of support I got with y'all using my code, GrumpyDad56. And look, if you want other stuff at Helium Deploy, look, I had people who were buying, 3 packs of these Nebula devices. See, I got these 3-pack devices because I couldn't figure out, like, man, these people must have sold a lot of, or bought a lot of Entropy miners. And I can't see who's buying what or what the exact, details are of your order, but I can click on something and it'll tell me, like, this is what was ordered. And I'll see like a 3-pack of Nebula and 2 Entropy miners. I know somebody bought a SkyX. Somebody else bought a Rover. That's one thing I think I missed out on. I'll be honest with y'all. Talking to some people on my live. I do a live on Thursday nights, and somebody picked up a Rover. I don't know what the rewards are, but they tell me I'm missing out. So, here they are. They're on sale, $149. And of course, people, my number one project right now, next to Entropy is Wingbits, and people bought these also. And actually, I also had people who just bought the regular GeoNet miners also. So look, I did very well on my code. If you want any of these projects, you can use my code, which is GrumpyDad56, right here on the bottom, for 10% off. 10% off doesn't sound that much until you realize a GeoNet miner is $695. $69 off for you. It's not too bad. So I appreciate everybody again who supported the channel. There'll be more Entropy news coming, I'm sure. I will be trying to, use my deep undercover agents to find out when is Helium Deploy possibly going to get these back on sale. Also, from what I understand, the guys at Entropy HQ and all them, Professor and all them, they trying to also be able to sell these devices direct from their website. So you should be able to do that also. I will be coming out with a short and a regular video letting y'all know when that happens so that y'all can get in on this. Got a busy weekend. So today was my son's party. Tomorrow I'm going to do some ham stuff, probably at one of the parks. And I got a lot of deep in stuff I'm working on. Got some other videos I'm working on, and we're just busy. Again, when I find out and I start hearing news, I've reached out to the people at Helium Deploy that I deal with my affiliate code, and also some other people about possible dates when these Ashlars might come back in stock. Hopefully I get a little bit of a heads up for y'all. Again, thank y'all for using my code, or for anything else y'all need at Helium Deploy. The code should work. If the code doesn't work, contact me and I'll work it out. I just have to add that item to my code. So get you 10% off depending on, what you buy. It could be a pretty good discount. Also, make sure you check out my Discord. My Discord, we're discussing all this stuff going on with all these projects, especially Entropy right now, with everything going on with this Ashlar miner. So, hey, I'm hyped up. I think this is cool. I'm ready to get my other two Ashlars in. That'll have me with 6 instances of mining credentials, whatever you want to call it. And I pre-mined 6 NFTs. I wish I would have listened and did more, because I would have bought more Ashlars. I really wanted 10, to be honest with you, at the end. I just have this goal of mining $100 a day for some reason. I just think that would be cool. But hey, right now, when these come in, I'll be doing 6. We're making, right now, with the rise in the Entropy price, we're making almost $12, or actually over $12 a day on our ESP32 devices. Those have been online longer, so they got a little bit better rank. But yes, we are doing $12 a day right now. Hopefully that price increase keeps going on. And I want to see what I'll be doing with these Ashlar miners, and I'll be reporting back to that on Monday. So check out that Monday video. So thank you all for watching. See y'all next video. And I don't know if you want to say happy Memorial Day, but Memorial Day is this weekend in the United States, where we remember the people that gave their lives for us so we can have the freedoms we have. So we want to remember those people also. So I'll be off work Monday, but again, I will be doing that video hopefully a little bit earlier Monday, since I'll be off. So thank you all for watching. See y'all next video.